Right then, people. Something a little bit different today. We're down fishing on Hopes Cove, or Beacon Cove, whichever you want to call it. People call it Hopes because of Hopes Nose, but other people call it Beacon Cove. It's called Beacon Cove, but yeah, just down in Torquay. We're just getting set up now. Not set up yet. I'm going to run through what we're going to use rig-wise, bait-wise and all that. But we are waiting on a special guest. We have got a subscriber fishing with us today. He dropped me a message a few weeks ago saying he's coming down on holiday in Torquay, and would I be able to join him for a session? And obviously we haven't done that on the channel yet, and I like to meet new people, so yeah, I told him that I'll come meet him for a session. I think he's about half an hour, 40 minutes away, so obviously he's on his holiday as well, so he's enjoying himself. But yeah, I think we're going to turn it into a little bit of a, he doesn't know it yet, but a little bit of a competition. Put a drink on it or something like that. Make it a bit interesting, and yeah. I mean, it's the first time doing anything like this, so it's either going to go really wrong or really good. I mean, it'll be really good anyway. I mean, when you go fishing with someone that fishes as well, you generally have lots to talk about, stories, favourite rigs, all that kind of stuff, different scenarios you've been in. But yeah, it's good to get out and meet new people, and it's a nice way to make your social circle a bit bigger. Yeah, but I haven't spoken to him in person yet. Literally a few messages on Instagram. So yeah, it should be good fun. He's called Robert. Seems like a good guy. So yeah, we're just waiting for him. Obviously, big thank you to all the new subscribers. If you haven't yet, you know what to do. Bosh that button down below, and yeah, show the love. Right, I'm gonna finish getting set up, and then I'll bring you back when we're doing some baits and introduce you to Robert. Right then, in a bit. Bosh, right then, people. As I said, Robert is here. He has joined us. You know what I mean? I've been waiting around a minute. He had trouble finding it and that, but yeah. So obviously, I was literally just met him 5 minutes ago. We've had a little bit of a chat and that, and yeah, it seems like a proper geezer. So obviously, you're down on holiday. Where are you from?
From up north, Scotland. Right up north, about 10 hours away it is.
So what type of fishing you got up there?
We do mad cod fishing in the winter. Yeah. Then you've got like your pollock, your bass, your flounders and stuff through the summer. It's very strict to what you catch, but it's decent size of what you're going to catch.
Yeah, so you can put a lot of blanks in, but then you get rewarded though.
Yeah, you can put 10 blanks in, and then you can go to a session and have several double fish.
Yeah, see, that's like down here. You can have a blank and a blank. Oh, hopefully tonight's not going to be a blank. Do you know what I mean? We have got a little bit of a competition on. We've decided. Do you know what I mean? We're going to fish one rod each. Whoever gets the most fish, you know, we'll put a little drink on it or something like that, make it interesting. And but yeah, obviously, yeah, we've come down. This is a bit of a random one. We've been chatting a little bit on socials for the last month or so. But so what sort of got you into fishing?
Well, my dad worked on the trawlers for 25 years.
All right.
Out of Scotland, out of the whole entire country. And he had a massive accident and he had to get airlifted off the boat. So he can't do fishing on the boats no more. So he went to shore fishing and he took me when I was 3 and I've never looked back since.
Oh, it's a buzz, isn't it? It's a buzz.
Been doing it since I was 3, 15 year by, mate. I haven't doubted a thing. Would always do it.
Ideal. Right then, well, obviously he's a keen angler just like me, so we're going to get on. There's going to be a bit of chat, a bit of banter, and yeah, we're going to get after it. We're going to get some baits on. Actually, talking about baits, I've got here in a little bait bag. Obviously we've got some Wriggler's Finest sand eels, Bosh. We've got some Wriggler's Finest Bluey as well. I'll chuck you a couple of these in a minute. Obviously we've got a couple of boxes of squid as well. We've got them there.
That's the box of squid we're using.
There you go, we've got that squid. We don't know if it's going to work, but you know, squid's squid, isn't it? Obviously I couldn't get to Wriggler's earlier in the day because I've been messing around working and things like that. But this young chap here, Robert, managed to get in there, gets a few boxes. So hopefully we'll go smash through these boxes, get a load of fish for the camera. But if not, I'm sure it's going to be a laugh anyway. Right then, boss, let's get to it. 5 hours of fishing in a bit.
See you.
Go on, mate. Let's get it. Why start pulling your accent off? Yeah, just have a little go at me, innit?
That's alright. Let's see if I still got it.
Yeah, I'm sure you got it, boy. Right then, you set one up. And where'd you go? Bosh, just like that. We're fishing. Right then, people. I'm going to put a little 2-hook flapper on the other rod, just to hit it out there, just to try and get a few fish for the camera. But the left rod is the competition rod, so hopefully we'll get you some fish and yeah, be a good production. Right then, I'm off skates in a bit. Right then, people. So just bought first cast back, still 0-0. So I'm going to go big or go home. Obviously, there's some big congers down here, so there we go. We've got half a bluey and we've got a full squid. Obviously, wrap this up. I'm going to hit it about, I don't know, 60 to 50 yards, just into where the rocks are, where the rocks finish. So hopefully I'll get my lead back, but if we don't, it's what it is. We'll get another rig out there. He's fishing double sand deal at the minute. Just about to put a squid bait out there. So yeah, send it. Hopefully this produces a fish and then it'll be 1-0 up. To be fair, he's a proper lad, you know what I mean? We've been having a bit of banter. Obviously up his way, it's a lot colder than down here, so he's just in a t-shirt sweating away. But yeah, hopefully we'll get back for a little chat and that in a bit, but obviously competition's on. Let's get it in a bit. Right then, people. Obviously I've decided to keep it fair. We're just going to fish one rod each. Obviously he's down on holiday, so he's only bought the essential gear. And it's not fair if I've got 2 rods out, is it? But what we're going to do is we're going to fish here for a couple of hours, and then obviously if we don't get a fish, we're going to quickly, it'll be easier as well for fishing one rod, to just head over to the harbour and as it gets dark, and hopefully pull a huss or a conger out there. But obviously anything goes here. They could get bass, we could get anything. So yeah, no specific target, just a bit of friendly competition. But, yeah, I'm going to pack this one away. Just one rod each, and hopefully we get some fish in a bit. Bosh, right then, people. Anyway, we've been sat here having a little chat. Obviously, what he's bought down on holiday, so he's going to run through it. And I mean, he's got everything here. He's been well prepared. First off, this bag got a Abu Garcia in it.
Yeah, it's an Abu Garcia. It's a rock climbing backpack. You've got clips on here. I'll show you where my gun is. And it's like a drink holder part on here. And you can put your rods in that gap, and then you get 2 straps on it, if you can see them there. And you can put on whatever rod you want on the side, so you're all hands free. And then you've got your big inside, which is the top
You wait till
part.
you see it here. Look how prepared he is.
I've got hooks, some spare hooks and line and stuff. I always carry that in there, which is a Scout ice cream tub full of lead weights and stuff.
And he's going to love this, he's prepped. I mean, obviously we got chatting about the lure fishing really.
I got my lure rig bin for feathers, and that has luminous feathers on, as you can see.
Night sessions.
For the night mackerel and stuff, when you need a bit of that fresh bait on the night fishing. Or if you need the fresh bait through the day, I've got all different colour day feathers. I carry scale bag, scales. Always carry a big pair of pliers on me, because you never know when you're going to need them.
This is it, holiday bag.
Got my gutting knife. Got my battery pack, in case I always need it for a phone, because that's a smart thing. Whenever you're fishing, have a phone, because you never know what's going to happen.
There you go, boys and girls. When you're down the cliffs, don't forget good head torch and an extra battery pack. The last thing you want is no battery pack and you get stuck down a cliff and you've got no one to call.
Got a bunch of spare rigs and clips and stuff to make them in case I run out. Got a hook in my bag now. That can stay there.
That one ain't going to come out very easy. Look, we were going so smooth as well.
Yeah, it is like, but not well.
That's what fishing's about, isn't it? It's going to be stuck in there for a minute.
And then we're going to the main part, which is this part here, which has got the zips on it here. I'm just going to zip it for you.
Now this is what we're getting into. That's what I wanted to see.
I've got all my different spinners in here.
So basically, guys, what it is, the main fishing he does is lure fishing, right? And that's how we got talking, because I was talking about doing a little bit. So hopefully this week I can grab a couple of hours and we'll get out and he'll show us how to do a little bit.
So in this, as you can see, I've got all different colours. I've got 40 gram, just plain silver ones. I've got some different colours in the 40 grams, as you can tell there, with the gold and stuff. I've got these 40 gram ones which glow in the dark.
I mean, you're ready for anything there.
I've got these 60 gram one colour ones, 60 gram silvers, 60 gram glow in the dark ones, That's my spinning box for when I'm in the deep water. Go for like pollock, bass, even the cod up north take these.
We're just chatting as well, guys, and he's been showing me some beautiful marks, like proper lovely, like cod marks down cliffs and that, and that's what I'm into now. So hopefully I might be able to get up there and we'll get a few sessions in. So he might be coming back on the channel.
I've got all my different colour drift shads. I've got 15 centimetres in 60 gram for the deep water marks. You have a look at that yourself.
Yeah, man.
And I've got that in red with a red head, white body.
So
I've got this.
these tails are what make it look live, don't
Yeah.
they?
So when it comes through the water and you're reeling it in and it's coming like this, depending on what movement you do on the rod is depending on how it's going to go. If you straight retrieve, it's just going to come in like this,
Like it's
with
just
a waggling
swimming, yeah.
tail. I like to do some twitches, some pauses. I always switch it up because you never know what the fish are like that day. So they might want something that's kind of like half dying, which then you're going to add a few twitches, stop reeling so it can dive like this down, and then twitch back up, and then twitch back down. Or you
See,
can
this
just,
is all the stuff I need to learn, see?
or you can just reel it straight in because they might be on a feisty one, and they might just be smashing your baits all day. So your best way is to reel straight in. More fish that way because you're getting quicker reeling. Or just reeling in dead high, and then as you're sinking it, lower down with your rod tip and just go douche, the douche, the douche, until you feel the bottom, and then reel back up, and then just keep doing that as long as you feel the bottom.
I do. And that's not the best bit, he's going to show us his rod.
There's a few other bits you can do with them. So I've got that green one, that white one, I've got this dark browny one.
That's more like a live sand eel type kind of look.
It is like. And then I've got these in a 10 centimetre, these are 30 gram ones for in the bit of the shallow water, because obviously if you use heavy spinners or heavy soft plastics in shallow water, you're just going to lose them, it's inevitable.
Yeah,
You'll get caught on the smallest of rock and you'll just lose it straight away. Or you'll straighten out your hook, which is that there, you straighten out that hook and then it's pointless, you can't use it, you get no more. So once you bend the hook back, it weakens the hook, you see.
Yeah.
So if you get a good fish that takes them, it just snaps your hook clean off. And I've got that in that one. I've got it in the yellow one, which I showed you for the 60. Then I've got a nice little white sparkly one, which imitates small bait fish.
Yeah.
Because with your lures, it's not seeing different colours and going, oh, I like that colour, I'll buy that. It's what the fish are feeding on, you see.
Yeah. No,
'Cause
I
if
understand.
you
That's
put-
what I mean. That's what I want to learn about.
If you put something unnatural in front of them, they're going to look at it, they're going to be like, what's that? I don't want to touch that, I don't know what that is. And they're going to leave it. Where if you can imitate the bait fish, like, that's like a sand eel. The red and white, that's like an injured bait fish with blood on its head, which they like going for. And then these ones, they're like, I don't know if you've seen them, but like when you get a pollock and they're in the kelp, they're like golden yellowy colour.
Right.
So I like fishing these over kelp. These are where you're best going to get them, on the kelp. And it's also like where you're going to fish. So pollock, they'll be goldy yellow in the weeds, but if you get them on rough ground and stuff, they'll be a silver, like a dark silver type, which then goes for like say the brown or the whites, which help with that. So it's all about the areas you're fishing, do a little bit of research, find what bait fish are there, like what colours they are, and go from there with lures, get the closest, or if you can match it.
Yeah,
That's
match the hatch type thing.
That's your best you're going to go. Now they're jig heads, and then if you're going in the weeds and stuff,
He's got everything. He's got everything, man. This is mad.
little sand eels, they're weedless lures. So if you don't know what a weedless lure is, the hook sits in the body, so when you're reeling it through the weed, it don't really get stuck, but once a fish grabs onto it, that hook shows right there, and that's how you get your hook pointing it there, and then obviously you just straighten it back up, and it's weedless again. And then obviously when it comes down, just do that. Whatever you do not make the mistake of buying weedless lures, and then grabbing them like this, like I did the very first time I got one, because I got the hook straight through that middle finger, through this end, out that end. Trust me, not nice. Not nice at all.
You know, it's quite nice to meet someone that ain't too shy to speak to the camera and that, you know what I mean?
I've got that one. I've got like that one which imitates, like I said, with the pollock being like the yellowy golden colour. And that's more of like, I use that more of like on a sunset because it matches in with like the sunset.
Yeah, like the top of the water.
And it gives you more of a silhouette. So like, because bait fish are not always going to, like bait fish swim around and the predators are not always going to see the bait fish. They're going to see the silhouette of it. So sometimes it's better off getting a lure what shows you a silhouette with what day of like weather you're matching on. So if it's like a cloudy day, that will show a big silhouette, with it being a bit darker.
What about nighttime? Nighttime lures?
On nighttime lures, I do
What would be your go-to, like a
on the,
colourful one? Or?
on the night lures, it'd rather be this one, or my very go-to would be a pearl white, or if you can't get a pearl white, red and white, because it also indicates like an injured bait fish.
Yeah.
I've had most of my luck with red and whites in a night, because what I think is happening is they think, oh, a fish has already had a go at that, you see, and it's covered in blood. So it's a lot of a weaker fish. It's not going to be able to swim as fast. It's not going to have as much energy. They can get an easier eel. They're going to go for the easier meal than the harder meal. And it's all about the weather, the forecast, the places you're fishing.
A lot goes into it.
Yeah,
it's like over a time sort of thing.
It's not like something you go rocking up to. Oh, if it's on a clear day and it's something like these hard plastics, like this is a pike lure.
Right.
But what happens with this is, on a nice clear day, they're not really going to see it, but they're going to hear it because of the rattle in it. And I'll get that next to it so you can hear it. And it's basically that rattle, and sometimes they'll home in on it if they can't see it on a day. Say if it's like a bright weather, they're getting blinded by the sun, they're home into noises, because like a school of bait fish make noises with the gills and stuff while they're breathing. And like they're just, the way they move and stuff, it's like noise. So if you can get a lure that makes a bit of noise on a very sunny day, do that. And I mainly go pike lures for that. Hard plastics. This is a 9 centimetre and it's 15 gram and it's a roach, freshwater roach. But as you can tell, I've had
it's
bass.
definitely been attacked.
As you can tell on there, I've had bass. You can see where the print is. Biggest bass I've had on this lure is £9.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's mad.
£9 bass on a little thing like that, 9 centimetres, and that was when it was 26 degrees that day. Sun was out boiling. I was on my last stretches because I was sunburnt to hell, and my rod keeled over, and I'm fighting it like this. And if you can get a lure that makes a bit of rattle on a sunny day, go for it. Because a lot of people will say sunny days don't go lure fishing. I used to listen to that, but then I thought one day I was out in the house, I was bored. I grabbed my pike lures, some of my bass lures, and I went out. Nothing that the bass lures was doing. I stuck on a pike lure what had a rattle in, and I had 26 fish that day.
See, that's mad. You're doing different, thinking outside the box and that. Yeah.
And it's all it is about thinking. It's the way you strategize. It's like you can't just rock up to a gap and place and think, all right, there's I don't know, pollock there. Let's use a pollock imitation lure, because the weather might not be right for it. They might be looking for more of a rattling lure. They might be trying to hear sensational, and instead of homing in with sight, it might just be a sensational thing. So you've just got to home in on that day, because you can go lure fishing 12 hours. I've had some big sessions where I've had nothing, like 12-hour sessions where I've had nothing. Then on the last hour of my session, I've had them rapping and rapping and rapping, and it's the way you fish.
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
it's got to be like a sense of achievement as well.
Yeah, it's
like when you've been fishing and then you go, right, actually I'm going to try this one. Even though everyone's told you not to, and then bang, bosh, you get in the fish, you're like,
exactly.
Yes.
Like,
You know
when I never
against the grain and that.
When I never used to fish with the sun, and then I go out and I've nearly 30 fish in that sun. It's the achievement, you see. It's like, with lure fishing, you can't just rock to a place, smash out a bait and think, like you do with bait fishing. It's you've got to strategize, you've got to think, your rods.
There's a lot that goes
your
into
lure,
it.
the way it's moving in the water, the way the predators are going to look at it as a bait fish. And it's all depending on what fish you go for. And if you're not sure, look on YouTube. It's how I learned. My dad, he worked on the trawlers, as I've already said, and he got me into bait fishing. He doesn't have a clue about lure fishing. Ask him about lure fishing, he was sat there like, huh? You what?
That's like me, like, I don't, honestly, I don't have a clue, and I really want to get into it. I don't want to go there and just keep going and getting like disheartened by I'm not catching anything. But then obviously if we could get together, I'd do a little bit of look, like obviously like now talking through it, I could watch this back. Like, do you know what I mean? I've got that little, I've got that mental note that I can refer back to.
You know the work the lures, you know what to do in different weathers, because we've talked about it. It's all it is. If you're not sure about it, don't feel stupid and stuff. Just hop on the YouTube, ask a few of your friends if they do lure fishing, or if not, try and message a YouTuber on Insta. Just be like,
you might end up meeting one of them and learn something new.
Like,
well, hopefully I can get the fish on the bait rods, but obviously we've gone through the lures and stuff like that. If you just want to get that lure rod out, obviously I was asking him on a preference of lure rod that I could sort of get in like a decent price range, And this one really works for him, so he's going to run us through it. It comes in a lovely little case.
But look, this is a cliff fishing rod, a lure fishing rod, with it being a travel rod. So it comes in a hard case. Obviously, when you're climbing the cliffs, you're going to get banged up, you're going to get rocked up. And if you're going down a cliff, you don't want to use a rod which hasn't got a casing and your eyes snap on it and stuff.
Yeah.
Because if you're going down a cliff with rods that don't have like cases like this, proper hard cases, you can squeeze and feel it yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
You can tell them that's hard case. And it's just the way it is. I used to climb them, when I never had this, I used to climb them with rods just like on the selves, even with the rod banks, cloths. But you've still got to be careful with it. Like you've got. But now,
especially if you're spending a lot of money on a rod, you don't want to break it.
But now I can rock up to a cliff with this, and I can bully the hell out of this getting down there. I've dropped this maybe 200 foot down a cliff before. Climbed down, picked it up, the rod was perfectly. You do get a case with your rod, but I kind of lost that up north in the summer when it was a bit of wind and a gust of wind took it, and I couldn't get it back. It was long gone. So now I just have it in this case, but I still haven't had a problem with it. Still haven't had an issue with it. As long as you don't go throwing it in your cupboards and doing stuff like that, you take care of it. Like it's fell down a cliff 200 foot. Any rod would have broke off that.
Yeah.
And now it's stiff. And this is a Berkeley's. Now I'll load it like that in case you want to get a screenshot and have a look at them. It's 9 foot, 20 to 80 gram, 4-piece rod, and it's a hell of a rod. It's a beauty of a rod. Here.
This is not a sponsorship, guys, alright? But
no, it's not a
sponsor. If you do want to sponsor a rod, you know where to go.
Exactly. This is you got your hook clip on there, so you can put your hook on. Got your nice little guarded there. Got a nice little butt section to power up your rod as you're casting. And it's just a decent little rod. The eyes are not too big on it, so when you're casting lures, your line isn't rattling. It's pretty straightforward out, so you can get a further cast.
So you don't get like wind knots and things like that?
I've never had a wind knot using this rod. There's no wood, I can't touch wood. But yeah, fingers crossed, I haven't had one yet, and and the easiest way to do 4-piece rods is you put the 2 top pieces together first. So that'll be the 2 top pieces together. Then you just eye up these 2, and you just go straight down.
Yeah, and then you've got like a 2-piece,
Make sure your rope flexion is, and then you don't have to do it piece by piece, because if you start from the bottom and work your way up, it's a stressful time. It is a very stressful time, I'm not going to lie.
See, look, we're full of hints and tips on this channel, boys and girls.
So that's it there, in its flame of glory. The tip of it's not too skinny, but yeah, it is a bit on the skinny side for people like 20 to 80 grams, and so how does that not snap? But the thing is, as you can tell, that's got some backbone to it.
Yeah.
Like some proper
I mean, and it's mint as well, it looks lovely.
If I stood up over here, you bend me for the camera.
I don't want to go break it.
No, go on. I'll push it to you. You will, I'll just push it, there you go. Look at that, people.
Yeah, that's mad. That's mad. That's just on the tip as well.
Exactly.
That's not even in the butt section.
I've had the lowest I've had it bent to is probably about here on the 3rd section. So I've had it probably bend up to here, but that was keeled right over on a cliff, and it like a jigging.
Yeah.
That could have snapped easily, could have took me straight out of the gap, but it didn't. And honest to God, if you're gonna go looking for travel rods, there's a lot of travel rods out there that are just skinny and they're not worth your money. I must have went through 7 travel rods. This is my 8th one, and I found the perfect travel rod, because it's got the backbone to get it in where I live up north, because we've got a lot of snags. And even though the fish might only be a pound or 2 down there, they're proper hard fighting, because we have strong tides which proper rip through. And obviously, with you being a predator, you're going to need the strength to swim through them. So it equals a harder fighting fish.
It just makes sense, yeah.
And that's my go-to rod. As you can see it there again. And then I turn it around, and smallish right, that's the right way.
It's alright, they can turn their heads upside down. You know what I mean?
But yeah, that's it. If you're looking for a lure rod, which is a travel rod too, because I know a lot of, I used to use 2-foot rods, but this has took over most of my 2-foot lure rods, believe it or not.
Yeah.
My two section lure rods, believe it or not, this has took over like 99% of them.
That's mad.
Except from the light lures when I'm casting like maybe 20 grams, 15 grams, a bit less on the side. But this is just the perfect rod for your lure fishing. If you want a travel rod.
Well, you heard it here first, guys. You ain't getting anything like that on YouTube, are you? So we're going to get this packed away now. We're going to get back to the match because it is still 0-0, and hopefully darkness is just about to kick in, and we can get you a few fish on the bank. Right then, thanks for that, mate. That's much appreciated. And
Love to share.
if you can take anything from that, guys, take it. I mean, he's a proper geezer and that, and you know, I believe him. Do you know what I mean? What he's talking is sense. So anyway, we're going to get back to the bait fishing in a bit. Right then, boss people. Right, we have moved. We have gone round onto the pier. I mean, it looks like it's proven to be quite well. I mean, well, good shout anyway. Obviously, we've got the northern area. He's just nearly beat me. He's lost 2 fish so far, so it would have been 2-0, but it ain't. It's 0-0. They don't count until they hit the bank, people. Right, but obviously we've started getting bites now. Darkness is coming, so hopefully we're going to get a nice couple of congers or a few pull-ups. Obviously, we've just been chatting here, bantering around. I mean, I've met him for about, what, 3 or 4 hours? It feels like I've known him for a long time. I mean, when you've both got a passion for something and you both enjoy it, it's really easy to get along and talk about. I mean, it's even gone deeper into that. Like, we've been talking about family stuff and that. Pretty mad, really, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get a fresh bait out because I've got to beat him. I've got to beat him.
But that ain't happening anytime soon.
He's going to owe me a drink, trust me, in a bit. Right then, people, just a quick update. We've got about 2 hours fishing left. Well, what can I say? The Northerners, he's lost 3 fish. He could have won, but he's lost 3. So hopefully he does get one. That would be top marks. I mean, up his end, he was just telling me they don't even get dogfish, so a dogfish to him would be a bonus. I mean, we should have had 2 or 3 by now, but unfortunately, he's only gone and lost them, hasn't he? They're northern fishermen.
Northern fishermen. I mean, this is the first time I've done bait fishing in about a year because I
don't want excuses, mate.
It's not excuses.
No excuses on this channel.
I need to try and wake up on this.
Nah, to be fair, he's had 3 nice bites, but obviously, I'm not sure what it is. If it's the congers, sometimes what they do is they put the bait in their mouth and then they turn the hooks backwards. So when you lift into them, they're holding on and it feels like they're on, and then they drop. They just drop the hooks. But hopefully, we're looking to one in a minute.
Yeah, we've got that. Okay, well, I've had that braided, like the line above my hook's braided.
Yeah,
isn't it?
we think it's definitely congers because, like, when you feel above his trace, it changed it now, but you can feel it where the abrasion's been rubbing against their gums. So looks like there are fish there, so hopefully we can get one out. We have got a couple of hours fishing left.
They just need to get the hooks in the mouth.
I mean, he's on holiday, so if you don't catch a fish, you know what I mean, it's a bit of a sad one. But it has been really good to meet him. We've been having a bit of chat and that. I mean, we've been here for like 4 or 5 hours, we haven't stopped talking, so yeah. On that note, it's good. I met his old man and that earlier, they popped over, said hello. Really nice people, so. And it looks like, beginning of the next year, we might be heading up. We might be heading up north on the old cod. Not on the cod. He's got a load of good marks up there. He's been showing me some pictures of some really big cod that they get. Some with him as well. And the place you get up there, I mean, over 4 5-pounders. So yeah, really looking forward to that. I'm glad to have met him, but right, we're going to get back to the fishing. Hopefully we'll get a few in a bit. Right then, people, unfortunately, you know, the night has come to an end. Boss man here, Northie I'm going to call him from now on, good old Northie. He just lost a nice conger, literally, rod's gone over, bang, 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 hit into it, it's took him into a snag, he's holding on, and it's just thud, 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 bang, spat his hooks. But yeah, unfortunately we didn't get one out for the camera, but you know, at least he connected into one. And I think he's going to pop back down here tomorrow, so if he does, he can send me a clip, and if he gets one out, I'll post it on the Instagram or something. Obviously, it's been nice to meet you, mate.
Nice to
Thank
meet
you
you
very
too,
much
lad.
for coming. And hopefully we'll get a few more trips in soon.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully,
Right then, guys. Yeah, 100%. Right then, people. Unfortunately, it is what it is. It's all done, said and done. And yeah, as always, if I don't see you before, I'll see you after. And if not, I'll see you on the bank in a bit.
Catch you later.